Voila, perfect. We are live. Welcome everyone to this new episode of our leadership series. I'm so happy. And let me just make sure that we're actually broadcasting in different platform, and I wanted to also make sure that our Instagram is also working, and we're all working. So it's perfect. Let's go. Welcome, Marilda Salla, connecting from Albania. I think it's the first time that I have someone from Albania in our platform. So it's incredible. Thank you for joining me. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you. It's such a pleasure in meeting you virtually again. And thank you for this warm welcome that you're giving to me.
Oh,
Hi,
that's so
everyone.
nice. And I'm so impressed because you're so young. And when I'm going to say all the things that you've done, people are like, when did you start all that? Because you were a university professor, you've been also mentoring many young startups, and you're an entrepreneur, and you have this reference company that is growing, Erudite Academy, where you help companies recruit AI professionals. So this is so impressive. And you are a G100 also, a representative for country chair for Albania for startups and for entrepreneurship. So tell me, how did you manage to pack all of that in such a young journey?
Well, let's say that each role's strength is others. Okay, so as an educator, I understand how to communicate clearly and how to empower learners. As an
Mhm.
entrepreneur, I understand systems, growth, and risk. And on the other hand, through G100, I stay grounded and impact and also to global perspective. I do
Mhm.
really love the connection that we are getting from there and the power that women leaders have all around the world.
That's
So
so
it's not
true.
about juggling roles, it's about aligning them with a common purpose. So empowering people through access, knowledge, and opportunities, I guess.
I love that. I love what you just said. Has so much wisdom. It's not about juggling role. It's about alignment. And I think this is a message for everyone and every woman, because we do have many hats. Could be your responsibility at home, could be your interest as a teacher, as a professor, it could be also your interest as an entrepreneur. And sometimes you get to really carry all this role in a way that doesn't feel heavy, and it needs to be all aligned. So well said. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it doesn't feel heavy when you
Mhm,
do what you really are passionate about. It's really
mhm.
good. So definitely, there of course there are moments that it feels like you cannot do it. But if you got the resilience, the persistence, definitely it feels that you are doing something meaningful. And at the end of the day, even though you might have had like a very overloaded day, you say, okay, I did it. I managed to do even this thing.
I love that, because you said when you do something you are passionate about. How did you find out about the idea, and to become an entrepreneur? And how did you know that this is what you wanted?
Well, yeah, as mentioned at the beginning, you mentioned the fact that I used to be a teacher. I still have a certain connection with it at the university. So I'm an assistant lecturer at the Faculty of Natural Sciences in Albania,
Oh,
at the
nice.
University
Okay.
of Tirana.
So you
But
still
I
give
think that,
lectures? You still
yeah,
give lectures? Okay, amazing.
I still, but part time at the moment since I have like many things to deal with. But the
Of course.
turning point, I think, was when I was witnessing a certain frustration of so many young and talented Albanians that couldn't find the right work, especially in tech where I focused, despite the skills and motivation. And I realized it wasn't the fact that they didn't have the skills, it wasn't the lack of the talent, but the lack of a bridge that would connect them with the right company or with the right source that they were looking for.
Wow. Yeah,
There
that's
was
hmm.
there was where the idea of Erudite Academy Albania started. So it was quite simple, bridging the gap between potential and opportunity, because both were there. It isn't that I created those, but I found a way to connect these two, to bridge these two.
That's beautiful. So you actually, when you were teaching, you noticed a gap. And
Mhm.
it's like, and I think this is what makes whatever journey, an entrepreneurship journey, is when you are here to respond to an existing gap. And you came
Exactly.
in as to bridge that existing gap, basically, between the student or like graduated students
Professionals
and
as
the
well.
professionals and professionals as well. So you work with young students and also professionals. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, in simple terms, what I do is that I do find jobs for professionals and students while I connect them with companies in Europe mainly. So tech
Okay.
companies out there.
And how many people did you help so far? When did you start your entrepreneurship journey?
Well, we got like a database of 2,000 of people, but
Wow.
we don't have like 2,000 of people employed. Okay, so
Mhm.
around 100 for over 3 years. Let's also
It's
calculate
amazing.
here that the two first years have been quite quite a challenge, but we now that we are in the third year, we are seeing that difference. I mean,
Mm.
at the moment that I was being mentored by others and having like feedback, many people used to tell me like third year will be quite decisive, and I think that I'm now looking. I'm seeing those results. I'm seeing what's already happening at the third year, and they were right. So here is where the change
Oh,
happens.
okay. So people basically that have already been an entrepreneur before have warned you that you gotta keep you have to keep yourself resilient as till you get through the third year. I love that, and it's true. And I'm sure a lot of young people watching us, they're like, if you want to launch your enterprise, don't give up. At least not the three first years. You have to keep at it.
Exactly.
What kept you going in the beginning when it was hard?
What kept me going was the fact that I don't like to give up. So
Mm, I like that.
definitely, definitely, probably because I'm a Leo sign. I was a Leo,
Okay, okay, yes, I'm sure it is part of it. Yeah.
but I love what I do. So definitely, the
Mm.
reason why I stepped into the tech recruitment was because I understood what I really like to do, and you know the feeling that you get when you already have had a successful story, employment story. Then definitely you feel good. You feel like, oh, I did this. There are people who are satisfied from both sides, and only knowing that, for example, the candidates would get a remote job or a relocation job with some very good work conditions and some very nice salaries. So living in Albania with the salaries of people with very high standard of living, it's a very good thing. So definitely in Albania, you live a very good life in such a way. And yeah, seeing the results made me not to give up, because at the beginning wasn't that easy. So the market of recruitment is really harsh, not because the companies that exist out there are harsh, but we are too many, and in order to step out, in order to step in this market, you have to create something that makes you stand out from the others
Mm,
companies. So
mm.
this is what we try to do, and here we are. So we also find a place for ourselves out there.
I'm sure you do, and it's incredible. Congratulations, really,
Thank
because
you.
that's a very man-dominated sector you're in IT. Why did you choose the tech as a sector? Obviously, it's the booming, but what is you? What is your connection to that? You
Oh
as a person,
wow.
Marilda.
Yeah. During my previous work experiences, I have had an experience like the manager of an online center for teaching foreign languages.
Ah, yeah.
And in here, already I understood that, wow, we are living into a place, or better say in a world where there is lots of potential. And in there I started to explore these co-working spaces. In co-working spaces you would find like two different types of people: those who deal with finances and those who deal with tech, mainly tech. So 80% were tech. So there is where I got some inspiration. There is where I got some clues that, yeah, probably I should step in this. I
Mm,
loved what they did, all the conversations about tech related related stuff were quite interesting to me. And yeah, I went through that. I got trained, and I thought of a way on how I could be involved in this world. And I found it better, like solving some of their problems that were the main conversations during when we used to talk about what things might be quite problematic for them. So one of the problematics with the connection was the bridging. So why not to help them?
Yeah, why not help them and you step into as somebody who bridged that gap between the two? And so, what's your vision for Erudite? How do you see it grow? Are you staying in Albania? Are you growing more for other countries? Tell me.
Yeah, definitely. Growing is one of the main aims that we have. So we started regionally, and now we're operating in Europe as well. So we started in Albania. Albania market still with the companies, we got tech companies, but it isn't as much as if we compare it to the other European countries. So that's where I started to find connections with European companies. We started with Germany, we expanded with Netherlands, Austria, and so on and so forth. We want to go globally. I think that this will take like some years, at least within the upcoming 5 years, and so launch more accessible, affordable tech boot camps, tailoring markets demands. We are also planning a hackathon, which will
Oh, you are.
actually,
You
yeah,
are the one doing it, or you just contributing to it? You are.
I'm doing it like with a collaboration with someone from Kosovo. So it will be like between two countries. So we will have talents from both countries, and,
Yes.
and yeah. So we're trying to build a big system that is really important when it comes to it. So self-sustaining ecosystem, grabbing the attention of tech talents, and telling the companies that what we got is a database with fully potential talents that we already tested them. So they
Yeah.
participate
And
in these
2,000 is a big number. Yes.
yeah, and we of course we tend to grow. So at the moment, the talents are only from Albania, Macedonia, and Kosovo. But with the demand growing, of course, we are going to look for talents even from European countries, and why not globally? But yeah, this is something
So,
that will be step by step.
okay, so tell us a bit more about these young people. How are they? What are they looking for in terms of jobs? Is it like the generation before? Is it like how are they in terms of their tech savviness and their expectations?
Well, regarding let's say the biggest opportunity in Albania is untapped human capital. So Albania has a generation of young people who are creative, tech savvy, and eager to prove themselves.
Okay.
So the challenge is that they may feel a little bit invisible and disconnected from the global job market. That's why we are working on a lot. So we still face issues with sometimes outdated education systems, limited mentorship, but the culture can sometimes fear failure. So what I see recently is that some leaders are doing their job, which I think that the job of the leaders is to unlock that potential.
Yeah,
And
of course. Yeah.
we are creating like some very amazing opportunities. We're building ecosystems to teach them and to change them, to change their future, or like kind of showing them what they have to
It's
do
possible.
to stand out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
And what do they have to do to stand out? Can you share with us? What is it
yeah,
that you, yeah?
definitely never give up and to look for opportunities. So if the opportunity doesn't come now, it will come sooner or later. But meanwhile, you are waiting for the opportunity of your life. You should
Yeah. Take whatever comes.
our life.
Yeah.
They should also keep learning. Like there
Yeah.
are people that
Yeah.
they look for an opportunity and they just like stay. They have a pose, but
Yes.
doing a pose actually is like the worst thing that you can do. So what we actually suggest is to take action. There are many things to learn about the technology out there. So if you blame the outdated system or the outdated literature that you have had regarding that, then go through those updated trainings out there. So we got access from every kind of thing, every kind of training. So let's just make ourselves the ones that the market needs.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So do you feel that the job market had changed now with AI? Are they looking for less people, or how is it in the tech?
Well, it has changed, but still not in that terms that it will actually fade the human power. So
Okay.
I'm the one that does believe that having AI around us, it's something that will never fade the human power. We are mixing it. So
We're
this is what
mixing.
we are doing in our company, mixing AI with the human power to for a better outcome.
That's good.
That definitely helps a lot because human power is never it will be never outdated. At least this is what my point of view is regarding this.
Mm,
But still, the AI market in Albania, it's a little bit narrow since
mm,
it has just started.
mm.
Not only in Albania, but even in European countries. I noticed that it's something new where the majority of people are trying to level up and to reach a seniority level. But
Mm.
still, I think that it will influence more for good rather than harm what it's actually happening.
Yeah. And so the young people today, are they more looking for remote working from home, or is it still the same going to the office? I mean, what are the type of offers that you find more in the market today?
Well, remote is still on top. Even
Okay.
though recently I noticed a tendency of people of talents, candidates, but even companies that do support hybrid, if
Okay.
not 100% on-site hybrid, because still the power of interaction and communicating directly with the team is far beyond of what it can be behind the
That's true.
screen. So
That's true.
still hybrid is like, it seems that hybrid is taking advantage.
Mm. We have a nice comment here. Exactly, Marita. At the end of the day, you look at your work and you're happy with yourself and tell yourself, I did it. I find that little sentence so rewarding. I love that.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Yes, it is, and only when you go through that way you understand it. Because when other people say it, you're like, okay. Let me tell you something. During my journey on entrepreneurship, I had like many different mentors or people, trainers that I went through in order to listen what they were going to say,
Sure.
etc.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I actually value mostly is the fact that there were some of them who really taught me how to get where I am now.
Hmm.
Because we usually think like, yeah, you can do it. We are powerful. We're that. But how? How can I
How?
get
Yeah.
there?
How do you get that? Yeah.
They taught me the how, and I'm really grateful for that. So
Yeah, that's nice. So it
definitely
is
this.
important to be mentored, and I think this is very important message that we can put out there is really to get yourself mentored so that you can elevate in your way of being, and also as an entrepreneur, as a person. It
Mhm.
helps when you find someone that has done it before, that is, few years ahead of you. Just understand something. Yeah, can
Yeah,
give you
yeah.
guidance.
So it will just give you some insights because, of course, with the time passing and with your experience, you will also. I mean, there is no better teacher than the experience. So you can learn a lot through experience. When you go through it, you really understand what's going on,
Mm,
and you you just realize what to do, and you understand that there is nothing out there that has no solution. You just have to
absolutely,
find one, which isn't an
absolutely.
impossible mission.
Mm, that's so true. It's like you never get really stuck because there is no way out. You will always find a way when you
Exactly.
believe. And this is what's
Exactly.
the BAL method about. This is why we launched the BAL method. We helped already so many entrepreneurs. It's because you need to start by believing so strongly in what you do, in what you're creating, in the possibilities, in overcoming all the obstacles, in just doing it no matter what. And that has to be so unshakable that it does never stop you. And then you take action. Yeah. Then you
Yeah,
carry on.
I love it
Then
what
you
you said.
yeah. Hey, Annabella, I say, and Dr. Annabella is with us. She's also in the
Oh,
chat.
that's so nice to meet you again.
Yes,
So
who's
we're
the global
together on
chair
the 3
for
million
this.
thing.
Yes, we were. It's so good. Well, this is so nice. I congratulate you, Marilda, for being such a beautiful young leader and for showing to every young person around the world and everywhere that it's not just women, but really everyone that, you can launch your believe in it and keep at it until, it goes through the down and come back again because that's the
Yeah.
journey. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let
Yeah.
me just also add one thing, since you already mentioned that part. What I would actually suggest to the majority of people who want to jump in business or like want to take a leap into their career, my advice is actually to start now. So, there are lots of people, including me, that were like, oh, I'm going to start later. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that firstly. But the perfect timing never comes. So start now, probably start small, but you will learn it through the way how to do what you're actually doing.
Mm.
And I never fear the failure. Failure is part of the process. Failure is the one that actually teaches us how to become who we are, how to actually be successful in what we are doing.
I love that. This is such a beautiful and incredible advice. Start now. Don't wait. If you have an idea, just go for it. You have a lot of yes, yes with us. It's true. You should just get going and do it, and you start now. I love it. Thank you so much for,
Thank
being
you.
such a beautiful young role model for all the youth because it's good to look up to someone who did it and who's like still doing it and believing in it. Really well done. Congratulations. And I wish you
Thank
all
you
the
very
success for Erudite and for everything that you do and for teaching and also for the voice that you carry in Albania. Thank you very much for your time.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much. It was such a pleasure having this lovely
Mm,
conversation with you and looking
mm,
forward to probably
mm.
other projects that you may have or other things that we can actually have together.
Absolutely. And I think we need to really join gear because really when we want to, stimulate the youth and, encourage them because that's what they need. They need to have voices like this. They need to listen to, people that have started, women and men that have started their own company and they kept at it. And you give hope also that you can find if you like, I don't know what to do, how to start my job. I don't have connections because a lot of young people, that's what they're scared about is that you get your diploma and I'm like, where do I go? Should go see Marilda Salla. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things that actually is like it will accompany whoever is going through opening a business or having a giant leap in their career. It's a psychological part. Everybody has it, so do not worry. Do not push that much yourself towards that because. It helps you grow. I mean,
Yeah.
you understand that there is nothing impossible, and when you seem that there is nothing that you can do to change it, oops, it pops out something it pops out
Mm.
that gives you hope.
Yeah, yeah, it gives you hope. You need hope. And I think hope is what everyone wants to be able to nourish every day. It's like, how can I feed that hope? And this is what we do.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think this conversation probably brought so much hope to everyone that is just like looking at what will I become? What can I do? How can I believe? How can I get started? So you're such a
I hope
beautiful
so.
example for that. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you everyone for joining us. And I'll
Thank
see you in
you.
the next episode. Bye bye.
It was lovely meeting you. Bye bye. All the best.